Glad you're back with us here on the WS Daily. Our good buddy Justin from Trinity Custom Carpentry is here. This is an amazing project you did, a huge project. Welcome. But first, let's talk about the tool of the week.
Tool of the week is your skill saw.
Yeah, okay.
It's fantastic for all types of cutting lumber, from framing to plywood to you name it, but you have to have the skills to operate the skill saw.
I would imagine so. Now, this came in handy in this project we're going to talk about, right?
Yes, we're going to talk about a situation where your support structure of your flooring has given way.
So this floor could have collapsed on the basement in
Yes.
this project we're about to see. And there was a tenant in this building?
And there was a tenant in the building, unfortunately, yeah.
So you walked in, you noticed the main floor had a dip in it.
It was a
sinking.
bit of a fun house, yeah. If you were to take a tennis ball and set it on the main level, it would just roll to the one side.
Wow.
In fact, the floor had sunk approximately 8 inches out of level.
What was the foundation? Just dirt?
The foundation was dirt.
So you went in, looked at it, surveyed it, figured
Yep.
I can take care of this. We have the pictures to show you right now.
Yep.
So let's look at the first picture. This is basically the support beams is on the ground here in the dirt.
Ground,
in the
yeah.
basement.
So they had only one support beam over a 30-foot span, and they just had a wooden post sitting in the dirt. So, of course, over the course of time and the weight of the floor and the rest of the building, everything just started settling. So you can see in this picture, we had to support either side of the beam that was existing before we could take it out. I want to make it very clear, though, an engineer was partnered with Trinity through this. Those are specialized LVL support beams. Instead of putting one in, we had to put 3 in. And you can also see footings there. There was no concrete whatsoever.
So you had to build the concrete footings.
We had to build the
beams,
concrete
right?
footings, engineered specs, so there's rebar within that, concrete, very, very strong. And then we had to start jacking the floor up to make it level. And that's how I knew it was 8 inches out of level, because that's how much we brought it up to make it level.
Wow.
Yeah, so then after that, there was nothing really regarding the flooring. It was all just kind of wood on the dirt. So we put in a whole new floor, new subfloor, did some framing, totally transformed that, but we made it safe. So now that tenant can live under there knowing that that floor is not going to collapse on anybody.
So what beams that were there, the support beams, you had to take them out and then put in new ones?
Yes, and
That's a huge job.
that's why you saw 2 on either side with a whole series of jack posts, because you can't just remove the one and only support structure. Even though it was failing, you had to support it properly before removing that. Yeah.
Looking at that, were you thinking, oh, well, I know you would know where to start, but I'd walk into that going, where do you begin? This floor has to be lifted up, and it needs a basement. It needs a floor.
And I went to the customer and I said, to be honest with you, you need a structural engineer. And she said she had 3 other companies go and price it, and not one of them even made reference to an engineer. So it's vital you do it right and you do it proper for safety, but for the integrity of the home.
It could have been done cheaper, but who knows? That floor could have collapsed in a year. You get what you pay for.
No comment.
Okay. Great job, though.
Well, it was a wonderful project. The customer was ecstatic. Not only is it safe, it increased her home value.
Right. And the tenant was safe.
Everything was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
Thank you so much, Bill.
We'll see you next week. We're going to give you a break. But first, how about History Lives Here? Love these segments.
Your Trinity Custom Carpentry Check was brought to you by Trinity Custom Carpentry. See them online at trinitycustomcarpentry.ca. Trinity nails it every time.